Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
What a nice victory for the Angels last night. 3 runs in the 8th inning, taking game 1 against the Oakland A's, and their 3rd on this homestand. And tonight, it's game number 2 of the 4-game series. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas, along with my partner, Mark Goobs. And even though we saw some heroics on the offensive side in the bottom of the 8th inning, Dan Haren, today's starter, is hoping that it carries over into tonight. Dan's looking for his first win in a very, very long time.
Well, Dan Haren's a guy that still go out there and attack the strike zone. He's been throwing the ball exceptionally well when you think about this entire season with very little support on the offensive side for him. But that doesn't change the way he attacks. He's got a great fastball. He will pitch up and down in the strike zone. He has the ability to throw that split finger fastball to get the big strikeout. His cut fastball has been great. His slider and curveball is not effective in the fact that he's barely getting over 2.5, less than 2.5 runs a game to go out there and to work with. So he's a guy that's going to attack the zone. He's not going to worry about necessarily support, but it would be nice, Victor, to get some runs early in the ball game, to have that ability to challenge somebody on occasion with a fastball middle of the plate and see if you can get a fly ball or an easy out instead of always trying to go to the corner, because that can affect you as far as throwing strikes and balls.
The amazing thing is that even without a victory, he has pitched to an ERA just below 2.5 so far, and hoping to carry it over into tonight's game. The Angels facing Guillermo Moscoso, trying to get the offense to continue to swing the bats. Just about ready for baseball, so sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return.
Hyundai dealer for details. By CarMax, now more than ever the smart choice is CarMax. And by Shakey's. Win a pizza party for 10. Go to Shakey's.com. Perfect weather here in Southern California, not only to be at the beach, but also here at the Big A. The Angels have played well on this homestand. Took 2 of 3 against the Atlanta Braves over the weekend. Took game 1 last night. And Dan Herron ready to go, just about ready to go, against Oakland here in game 2. This is the lineup that Bob Guerin is running out there. Oakland in 4th place, 3 games back of the Texas Rangers. Coco Crisp leading things off. He's in center. Derek Martinez at first. Josh Willingham gets a start in left field. We saw him as a pinch hitter last night. Hideki Matsui, the cleanup hitter, and DH. Kurt Suzuki gets a start behind the plate. David DeJesus in right field. It's Mark Ellis, the second baseman. Andy LaRoche gets a start at third, so no Connor Jackson tonight. Cliff Pennington will bat ninth and play shortstop. Taking on Dan Herron with a 4-2 record and a 1.84 earned run average.
Boy, throwing a ton of strikes. 66 strikeouts in his 12 walks in 73 and a third innings pitched. His fastball has been very consistent and has done a very good job of pitching inside to both righties and lefty with the fastball. This set up that split finger fastball to finish off hitters.
Well, Coco Crisp ready to lead things off here for Oakland. Mentioned that Dan Herron is at ERA just under 2.5. That's over his last 6 starts at 2.34. The Angels have scored 17 runs for him in the span, and 2 or less in 10 of his 25 starts. Remember, the Angels, as Coco Crisp takes a fastball up and away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
And it doesn't seem to affect him. The fact is he's not getting a ton of support because he goes out there and just throws strikes. Believes he's going to go deep in the ballgame. That's the most important thing, that belief in pitching that 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
Crisp, number back up the middle. Ibar around the bags, got it, gets rid of it quickly, and Coco Crisp is retired for the first out. Take a look at the Home Depot doing more on defense for the Angels. You've got Alexi Amarista in left, Peter Borges in center, Torrey Hunter is in right. In the infield, it's Callaspo, Ibar, Izturis, and Trumbo from third to first, and Hank Conger back behind the plate.
You saw Eric Ibar making that play, a slow roller to him with Coco Crisp going down the line. Very good as far as coming in on the baseball, and of course, that strong arm goes to the hole very well and up the middle. 987 fielding percentage, which is tied for second. No doubt in my mind right now, the leader as far as Gold Gloves in a shortstop position.
Derek Barton takes a fastball upstairs. It's 1 ball, no strikes on the Oakland A first baseman. 0 for 3 last night, hitting .214 on the season. There's a strike. No home runs, 12 runs batted in, 11 doubles for Barton. Called strike 2, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Herron's 1-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Down goes Barton. There is out number 2.
Well, that was a clinic by Dan Herron. Perfect pitch, that 2-seam fastball. I said that early. He's the guy that will pitch inside. If you establish it inside, then you can run that 2-seamer back and catch the corner. What excellent movement. No chance if you're a hitter. You just hoping that the umpire doesn't call it a strike.
Speaking of the umpire, that's Vic Carapazza calling the balls and strikes tonight. Great first name, and he's off to a terrific start. Corey Blazer over at first. Paul Nauert at second base. It's Kerwin Danley, the veteran, over at third.
It's all about that first name, man.
Absolutely. Strike calling machine.
No doubt.
Josh Willingham last night pinch hit. Went 0 for 1. He batted Ryan Sweeney's spot in the order. Had a ground ball to third base. Fastball a little bit high, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Willingham hitting .233. 7 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Going the off-speed pitch in the dirt. It's 2 balls and 1 strikes. Josh acquired in December from the Washington Nationals in exchange for pitcher Henry Rodriguez and Corey Brown. A free agent to be. Had 16 home runs for the Nats last year. He lines this one up to left field. Amarista, a couple of steps to his right, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dan Herron. We hit to the bottom of the first. The Angels coming up scoreless here at the Big A. won 3 of their last 4. Now a game over 500 at 25-24. Half game back to Texas. Meister Suris leading things off. He's at second base. Eric Ibar at short. Bobby Abreu serving as the DH. Torrey Hunter. Big game for him yesterday. He's in right field. Alberto Callaspo at third. Mark Trumbo is at first base. Hank Conger will bat 7th to do the catching. Alexi Amaristo is playing left field. Peter Borges will bat 9th and play center. That's starting 9, taking on the 27-year-old from Maracay, Venezuela. Name of Guillermo Moscoso.
Moscoso is a guy that has a fastball, 89 to 92 range, good sink. More of a slurve type breaking ball and a changeup.
First pitch is a fastball away. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Meister last night went 0 for 3, did draw a walk, getting 302 on this season. 3 home runs and 13 runs batted in. Moscoso falls behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. Moscoso has faced the Angels once in his career, and it came in relief back September 29 of 2009 as a member of the Texas Rangers. As he falls behind here 3-0. 11 games in the big leagues, all in relief. No record in a 4.30 ERA combined over the last 2 seasons with Texas. And that's a 4-pitch walk. We'll take a look at the defense behind Moscoso tonight. It's Willingham in left, Crispin center, De Jesus in right. In the infield, you have LaRoche, Pennington, Ellis, and Barton from third to first, and Kurt Suzuki behind the plate.
Boy, for me, Kurt Suzuki's the perfect guy to have behind the plate to work with Moscoso here because of the fact he's a young pitcher on the mound. He's very good as far as calling the game. He throws out nearly 30% of base stealers, around 29%. Blocks pitches in the dirt, handles that staff so well. We saw that graphic. 8 different starting pitchers so far this year for the A's.
There's a strike on Eric Ibar, and of course, Josh Almond last night, Moscoso tonight, getting starts because of the injuries to that rotation. Dallas Braden out for the rest of the year to surgery. Brandon McCarthy on the disabled list. Same with Tyson Ross. 0-1 pitch. Ibar lays off that one. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Eric 0 for 2 last night. Had a sacrifice bunt, drew a walk. A .305 average, a couple of home runs, and 14 runs batted in. LaRoche in on the grass over at third base. Barton holding his Sturis at first. Quick throw over.
Good footwork on his pickoff. We saw how the Angels were effective, particularly in that 8th inning when they started sending some base stealers. Created some opportunities to score runs. See that early in the game here.
Ibar shows button. That pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Moscoso originally in the Tigers organization. Undrafted free agent, signed in 03. Was traded to the Texas Rangers in 08 as part of that Gerald Laird trade. Laird, the catcher, is now with St. Louis. And they got picked up by Oakland back in January for pitcher Ryan Kelly. As Sturis goes, the 2-1 is lifted in the air toward right center field. Coco Crisp is there. 1 out. Sturis heads back to first base. That'll bring up Bobby Abreu. Bobby last night extending his hitting streak to 6 games, going 1 for 4. One was a first inning base hit that brought home a run, his 21st RBI of the year. Also picked up a stolen base. The Angels actually had 2 stolen bases in the game yesterday. Mark Trumbo finally got credited for a stolen base in that 8th inning. Bray takes a strike. Originally they had called defensive indifference on that play in the 8th inning that Trumbo took off for second. This morning we got the email that change had been made.
So it looks a little bit like Bobby Abreu. See if Bobby can win in the alley here, run around the bases, and over there at third base is backing up a bag.
1 ball, 1 strike. A little bit of a resemblance. I'm seeing Carlos Pena. former first baseman for the Rays, currently with the Chicago Cubs.
Got a pretty good deal from the Chicago Cubs. A lot of home runs, a lot of high batting average for the Rays.
One pitch, going with the off speed, and this is down low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Moscoso throwing 11 pitches so far through the first 3 batters, walking Izturis on 4 straight ones. Getting Ibar to hit a fly ball to center on a 2-1 count. He's fallen behind on all 3 guys. Izturis doesn't go here, and Bobby lifts one foul and out of play on the third base line. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
That was a pretty good pitch to drive, too. 2-1 fastball.
The Halos with the victory in last night's game. Now a game over 500 at home. That's saying a lot considering the struggles this team has had here at the Big A this season. 12-11 now. 13-13 out on the road. 2-2 pitch. Bobby fouls it off again into the seats. Kind of what we talked about at the end of that road trip. The Gators going 1-6 on that road trip through Texas, Oakland, and Seattle. That maybe the fortunes will reverse themselves back here, and it did. At least so far.
This game won so far here in the homestand.
Izturis started to go, stopped at first base.
That's what he's going now. Yeah, you see how quick Suzuki is as far as be able to get himself in position to block that breaking pitch. And he's a guy that plays a ton of baseball too. Catches the leaders every single year as far as games caught, started. Very athletic behind the plate, and like I said, very good throwing arm. 2 count, fastball away.
There goes Meister, the 3-2, hitting the air to deep left center field. Coco Crisp moving to his right. Calls off Willingham, makes the catch, and Izturis heads back to first. 2 outs. Moscoso certainly elevating pitches, giving both Ibar and Abreu something to handle, as far as trying to drive it anyway. 2 fly ball outs, 2 outs, and here comes Torrey Hunter, as if you couldn't tell by the Sanford and Son theme playing in the background. Multi-hit game again for Torrey Hunter last night. 2 for 3, 2 doubles, an RBI. Izturis takes off. The pitch is a strike to throw down from Suzuki. Not a very good one. It gets away from Ellis on that one hopper. Almost a 3/4 sidearm type of flip by Suzuki. Meister picks up a stolen base.
Yeah, Meister had a good jump, but looked like Suzuki had a tough time getting out of his glove and tried to really start up the arm, and throw gets away from him. Right there initially trying to transfer from the glove to the hand, end up throwing almost a changeup.
Yeah.
Good movement, though.
Yeah, absolutely great movement. Nice job by Ellis to get a glove on it, at least keep it near the bag. Breaking pitch outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Torrey playing in his 1700th career game tonight.
I think you're going to see the Angels try to steal on Moscoso throughout this game. He is kind of quick as far as a slide step, but his arm action is a little bit slower, so the time to the plate is going to be around average at best.
One and 2. That stolen base for Meister, his 5th of the year, the 41st for the Angels. In scoring position. Halos last night 3 for 10 with men in scoring position. 9 for 41 on the homestand. Outside with a fastball. It is 2-2. We've seen Moscoso now hump it up to 93 miles an hour.
Guess along with right now he's going to throw a slider here. Establish the fastball away just off the plate. Or with a breaking pitch here now.
2-2. Torrey fouls it off to the right. Trying to come back inside, or that, or he missed location on a fastball.
Yeah, not overpowering. Some movement. Depending on if he drops that elbow enough, he can create some sink movement on the fastball. Otherwise, it's straight over the top, fairly straight. We end up being pretty hittable.
We kind of saw from Tim Hudson and Derek Lowe, dropping down to that 3/4 arm angle, trying to get some extra movement down and into a right-handed batter.
Rich Thompson, head of the bullpen for the Angels, has done that himself. That creates better arm angle to have better movement. Straight over the top, more than likely, you can get a little bit more on as far as the velocity, but the fastball straightens out, and if it's up, that's when it becomes hittable.
Meister with a huge lead at second. 2-2, and Torrey pops it up behind the plate. Suzuki coming toward the warning track to make the catch. And Moscoso gets 3 pop-ups to get out of the inning. 1 in the books, no score here at the Big A. Top of the second, great sombrero there, celebrating the Angels' 50th anniversary, and it lights up.
It's a great look.
Absolutely.
You think we should bring that on the road trip?
Through Minneapolis and Kansas City?
Oh, yes.
No question. You can get a free drink wearing that thing into a bar. Matsui takes a breaking ball in for a strike.
I know we'll get some good looks walking around town, though. There's no doubt.
That's all you can hope for. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yep.
Matsui, Suzuki, and DeJesus here in the second inning. No balls, 2 strikes. Hideki went 1 for 3 yesterday. Had a sac fly, picking up his 18th run batted in. Bouncing that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
But we're through that split finger fastball. He's got great, it almost has at times reacts like a screwball does, will run away from a left-handed batter. Just like that one there. That was a perfect one. Matsui's pulling off on that pitch, thinking it's in the inner half, and then it runs away from him.
One-two on its way from Dan Haren. Matsui takes just outside. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Haren's last start went 8 innings, gave up a run on 3 hits. No decision. to a swing and a miss. Down he goes, and there is out number one. As Kurt Suzuki steps to the plate, we'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
Some foghat for you, Victor. Fool for the city. Reason why that? Dan Haren has the ability to show the fastball and fool the hitters with that split finger fastball, either running away or running down and in on the right-handed batter. So does a great job. He also fooled batter in the first inning, Derek Barton, on that fastball two-seamer inside.
Second strikeout for Dan Haren. He's retired all four he's faced thus far. And here's Kurt Suzuki. Well, you jumped into that way back machine, didn't you?
Yep, had to bring out some Foghat.
Foghat. I was still learning to walk when Foghat came out, so not all that familiar with their music.
There you go.
There's the 0-1. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kurt Suzuki. Went 1 for 4 last night. Had a base hit. 245 on the year. 4 home runs. 13 runs batted in. College days for you?
No, I never went to college. Never quite made it there.
Your formidable years.
Yes. Don't you remember Slow Ride? Don't remember that song either by Foghat?
No. 1-2. Breaking pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was, they didn't play Foghat in couple skate or backward skate. No. 2-2 to Suzuki. Had him reaching for that off-speed pitch. Asturis is there. And 2 outs.
I get the reference for the city also because, you know, the Golden State Warriors wear their old school shirts saying the city on there. Correlated with Oakland up there. Played next to each other. Just tying it all together for you, Victor.
See, now when you say the city, then I start thinking about, was it Jefferson Starship? We built this city. They're from San Francisco, right?
Yes.
Across the bay.
On rock and roll. That's what you build it on.
That's right. There's David DeJesus. Takes a fastball for a strike. They were Jefferson Airplane to start, right? Is that right?
Yes. Then Jefferson Starship, then there's Starship.
The Starship. DeJesus last night 1 for 4, had a double, his 5th of the year. Just swings through that one. And it's no balls, 2 strikes.
He was fooled by that off-speed pitch.
I get it. No, it's sunk in. Trust me. You're getting Foghat royalty checks now. 0-2 outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's like you're on in syndication or something.
He's trying to help out.
Thought about it. They wanted to appeal. He did not go, says Kerwin Danley. Kerwin did a nice job behind the plate last night.
Very consistent job behind the plate. There wasn't a whole lot of complaints on either side as far as the balls and strikes being called.
Right. 2-2. Looked like he went that time. He didn't, though. Full count.
Pretty close, hard slider. Might have been a cut fastball. He did a pretty good job of holding back on that swing.
This one's foul back. The count remains full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, the only complaining last night, especially after the game, came from the A's bullpen. Brian Fuentes not liking the way he's been used of late. Manager Bob Guerin had some choice words for him after the game. Apparently they met before the game and straightened things out. Brian apologizing. As DeJesus rips one out to deep right field. Torrey pulls up, and Oakland is on top 1-0. DeJesus with his 3rd home run of the year.
A high fastball. Jesus has had success against the Halos throughout his career. Right around 330. Jumps all over that fastball.
No doubt about it either. Fastball that was up and out over the plate.
Well, he wanted that 2-seam fastball to start at the hip and then get the corner. This time it started on the corner and ended up over the middle part of the plate.
Nice catch out there with a hat. Mark Ellis takes a fastball high. 1 ball, no strikes on the Oakland A second baseman.
It's the 4th home run Dan Haren has allowed all season.
Dace is not known to be a home run type of hitter, but that pitch up in the strike zone. Ellis shooting on the right field, a base hit. So back-to-back 2-out hits for Oakland. A home run by De Jesus, the base hit by Ellis. That'll bring up Andy LaRoche, the third baseman. LaRoche got the start at second base last night. Gets the start tonight at third. Hitting .221. A couple of runs batted in. We're having a 1-for-4 night last night. This one chopped over to third base. Callaspo backs up on it. They get the lead runner in Ellis going the short way for out number 3. But Oakland strikes first on David De Jesus' third home run of the year. A's lead it. The Angels here in the bottom of the second have Callaspo, Trumbo, and Conger up against Guillermo Moscoso, who threw 21 pitches in the first inning, walked a man, then got 3 fly ball outs. He fell behind on all 4 hitters that he faced. He delivers a first pitch strike here to Alberto. Callaspo 1 for 3 yesterday, hitting .296 on the season, a couple of home runs, 23 runs batted in. LaRoche playing in on the grass at third. A lazy fly ball toward left center field. Callaspo flies out for the first out here in the second. Fans follow the Angels at foxsportswest.com/Angels. Log on to catch Joe McDonald's one-on-one question or one-on-one article with Mike Scioscia. And be sure to vote for the Angels poll question. Which is your favorite American League West rivalry? Angels A's, Angels Mariners, Angels Rangers.
It's a tough one when you think about what the Angels and A's have had over the last decade, as far as so close as far as wins on both sides. It's about even.
Yep. Trumbo fouling that one back.
Right now, the Rangers are defending champs in the American League. They got their big guys back in Hamilton and Cruz. So it's going to be a great race. Seattle's played outstanding this season so far.
Trumbo chasing that fastball up and in. It's no balls and 2 strikes. The White Sox are in Texas, lead it 4-2, but they're in a rain delay. There's some tornado warnings in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They've evacuated a lot of the fans from the seats. Trumbo strikes out swinging for round number 2. Scary situation, especially after what happened a couple of days ago through Kansas, Joplin, Missouri, to be more specific.
Was there a number of times in Kansas City where fans had to go for cover? Tornadoes this time of the year, a very difficult time as far as weather-wise in the Midwest.
There's Hank Conger with 2 outs and nobody on. Hank's been scuffling of late, 0 for his last 11. Takes a breaking ball in for a strike. Overall hitting .244, 3 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Hank last got the start Saturday. 0 for 5 in that game. And behind here at no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Didn't miss by much. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Real good spot. Moscoso staying away on that fastball. Good life on it at the end at 92.
Fouled off to the left. Count remains at 1-2. Looks like the Rangers and White Sox going to be resuming play here soon, with the tarp coming off the field there in Texas. And Chicago leading that one 4-2. 1-2, and Conger reaches out for this one, and Pennington will make the catch on the slide of a little soft liner. And Moscoso has a 1-2-3 shutdown inning. 2 in the books. Oakland leads it 1-0. Cotton candy.
Oh,
America's favorite.
it is. I mean, there's so many vitamins and good things in cotton candy.
Cliff Pennington will lead things off here for Oakland. Herring delivers a strike. Pennington, Crisp, and Barton 9-1-2. 2 strikeouts, no walks for Herring, but give up 2 hits, including a home run. Putting Oakland on top of the second. That's it. Big bites. It's the only way to go.
Oh.
Cotton candy.
Oh, yeah.
right
Yeah,
there.
and it's not sticky at all.
And that's actually the approach, is if you're eating a turkey leg at a carnival outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Pennington.
Oh, Mom.
Yep.
Help me out.
Need some help. Need a wipey. There it is.
It's not sticky.
No, the napkin's going to stick on her face.
Oh.
3-1 pitch. Pennington takes inside, and that's a walk first issued by Herron. The leadoff man is on board. So back to the top of the order with Coco Crisp coming up. Coco hit a bouncer up the middle that Ibar fielded. Retired Coco on, so he's 0 for 1. 2 for 3 last night, including that 11th double. He's got 3 triples on the year. Pennington goes. The throw down from Conger. One hopper, and they did not get him. Paul Nauert making the call. Hank's throw to the second base side of the bag. It's a stolen base for Cliff Pennington, so a man in scoring position. A 1-0 count on Coco Crisp.
Boy, pretty quick throw.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. I think he got him.
He got him. Sure did.
Thought so. Even looking at it, that was like, now it was calling him safe before. I've already applied that tag, just assuming he was going to be safe, but there was no doubt he was out.
Drag bunt on the first base shot. It'll go down as a sacrifice as Pennington advances to third.
Well, you get a great look right here. Good job by Ibar. The tag is applied on the leg before the hand is even on the base. And you got to look it through there on that one. That was a quick tag. Ibar's been very good as far as scooping low throws so far this year and applying the tag and keeping the tag on the base stealer.
Maybe umpires would be better off not being in position to make calls. That's a second one on this homestand. We've seen guys perfectly in position, so you think. And 2 bad calls. Barton in the hole here, no balls and a strike. Barton struck out looking in the first inning. He's 0 for 1.
Infield in. Use the strikeout right now.
Takes that pitch inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Barton, even with his 110 walks last year, hit 273, 10 home runs, 57 runs batted in. And that one hit him. Trying to stay in on him. And that puts runners at first and third with 1 out. A pretty dangerous hitter here, Josh Willingham.
That 2-seam was turned into that pitch.
Tyre Infield comes in here to talk things over as far as strategy is concerned. Hey, the Chevy Diamond and Dreams contest is back. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to enter for a chance for your community to win a field makeover. And you could win a new Chevrolet. No purchase necessary, and it's open to legal U.S. residents 18 and over. The contest ends May 31st. Log on to ChevyBaseball.com for more details. Willingham hit a fly ball to left field the first inning. So he is 0 for 1. Cliff Pennington over at third. Derek Barton at first.
Well, to get him to hit into a ground ball double play, you have to throw something down and away because he's the guy more of an uppercut, fly ball type swing.
That pitch was up. It's called a strike. Just 2 double plays that Willingham has hit into this year. Outfield straight around against Willingham. Straight up, Amarista shallow and left. That's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 now. Boy, what a change for Dan Herron, especially after almost getting De Jesus to strike out on 2 nasty pitches down and in. Since that home run, just a little bit different guy than we saw through the first 5 batters, which he retired in a row, including a couple of strikeouts.
Still in the back of your mind is the fact is it's been a struggle as far as getting run support, so you try to be too fine at times.
That is pulled down the left field line. That is headed toward the corner. Pennington will score. Amarista plays the Karen cleanly. Being waved around is Barton. No relay. Looks like Willingham's trying to go to gun down. But it is a 2 RBI double for Willingham. It's 3-0 Oakland.
Again, fell behind in the count. Fastball missed. Inner half on Willingham, and he turned on a hit down the line. Fortunately enough, they were able to get him at third base. Mike Gallego, the third base coach, sending him home. Eric had a tough time getting it out of the glove, the transfer. At that point, Willingham's going to try because nobody at that point was covering third base until Callaspo came back to the base.
It's interesting how that blown call at second base, the stolen base by Cliff Pennington, has come back to haunt. Would have been the first out of the inning. Changes the complexion of the inning. Instead, there are 2 outs with 2 runs in. Matsui with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. The double by Willingham, his 6th of the year, and now has 28 runs batted in. This one's chopped over to Trumbo at first. We'll flip it to Herron. That will end the inning, but Oakland tacks on a couple of more. We hit at the bottom of the 3rd with the A's on top 3-0. The bottom of the 3rd inning. Dan Herron allowing that 2 RBI double to Josh Willingham. The Angels still looking for their first hit against Guillermo Moscoso. Send up Amaristo, Borges, and Esteuris. 8, 9, and 1 against the right-hander, making his first career major league start. He falls behind here. 1 ball, no strikes. Amaristo 0 for his last 13. Did pick up an RBI against the Braves on a sacrifice fly. He's got 4 on the year. Ahead of the count at 2-0. Moscoso down at AAA Sacramento. 3-2 record. A 4.02 ERA. 40 in the 3rd innings. 43 strikeouts and 13 walks. It's 2-1. One base runner for the Angels. That was a leadoff walk to Meiser Esteuris. Stole second base. Stranded in scoring position. 2-2 now.
Boy, a lot of fastballs away against the left-handed batters. Pitch will throw inside, so far against lefties will be a breaking pitch in the inner half. But everything away. Even the righties, he missed location on Trumbo. He's going to go change up. Away.
Foul back. It's almost as if that's what he is trying to do from the first base side of the rubber. Stay away from a left-handed batter. He got in on Torrey Hunter. can get into that fastball on the right-hand hitters. But again, a fastball away.
But usually when you make that transition to the first base side, you're trying to get inside on lefties.
Exactly.
Which is odd. So you're basically throwing across your body to go to the outside corner right now when you're on the first base side of the pitching rubber. The throw outside.
Little roller over to the first baseman, Derek Barton, who will flip to Moscoso covering. One out. Folks, as part of our Fox Sports Supports charitable initiative, we are proud to wear these pins through the 2011 MLB on Fox Sports West season to support Stand Up to Cancer and their work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. For more information, please visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports. So 1 out, nobody on for Peter Bourjos. Peter, after a very strong month of April, cooled off here in May, a 155 average this month. Had one hit last night. It was a bunt single, and it was a beauty. This one cued off the end of the bat. Barton fields it cleanly, flips it over to Moscoso, and there's out number 2. Well, there hasn't been one hard hit ball as of yet against the right hitter. What did we say on Angels Live during the pregame edition? It's good and bad when you're facing a guy you've never faced before. You give them some confidence early on, and all of a sudden they start to settle in, much like Outman did last night.
And the big thing is, a lot of times as a hitter against a guy that you haven't seen before, it's the second or third time through the lineup if you make an adjustment or not. But you're right. Moscoso right now has to have a lot of confidence going because he's making some pitches. He's been falling behind on some counts and still getting easy outs.
Yeah, he fell behind on all 4 guys in the first inning. Through 21 pitches. There's a strike on Meiser. Drew that 4-pitch walk in the first. Moscoso over the next 2 innings has thrown just 19 pitches. Second, and with 2 outs here in the third. One ball, 1 strike.
I've been there before where you just live on the outer half of the plate, and until the hitter goes out there and hits the ball hard the other way, he's just going to live out there, whether it's the changeup or the fastball.
This one hit down the right field line. De Jesus giving chase, not going to get it. He falls in there. Esteuras trying to go to second. Strong throw from De Jesus, and Meiser is in there with a 2-out double. That was a pretty close play, much like that stolen base call. By the naked eye, it looked like Pennington applied a tag on the back before the foot. We'll take a look at it once again as Meiser picks up his 14th double.
Well, De Jesus did a nice job not only cutting that baseball off, but got himself in great throwing position and had a strong throw. Very close play. I don't know if he got his back before he got the foot in.
Here's a better look at it. Now,
good call.
Yep. So man in scoring position. Meiser's been the guy both times. Here's Eric Ibar, who to fly a ball to center field the first, and he's 0 for 1. Takes a fastball down low, and that double that Esteuras hit was on an off-speed pitch. Out in front of it, be able to hook it down the right field line. Eric chasing that pitch down and in. Fouls it off to the right. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Good lead for Esteuras with 2 outs here in the third inning. Angels trying to get their first run. Just got their first hit. Off speed, up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike.
They need a big hit right here to get back in the game. Dan Haren some confidence that the offensive support will be there for him. He's up a couple there at the top of the third. Love to see the offense respond right back at the bottom of the third.
2-1. Had him lunging at that outside fastball. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two hit in the air toward right center field. Coco Crisp moving to his left is there. And another fly ball out as the Angels leave another man in scoring position. 3 of the books. Angels down 3-0. Athletics. 3-0 Oakland here in the top of the 4th inning. Suzuki, DeJesus, and Ellis. Dan Herron has had 1-2-3 inning, and that was in the 1st inning. Suzuki hit a ground ball to Meiser Sturis into second. He's 0 for 1. You thinking about it?
Yeah, Dick Williams has got to be one of them.
You would think. Suzuki hooking one down the left field line, and that is just foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a pretty good guess.
Well, I can't think of the other 2.
Fastball missed inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Not Buck Rogers. No.
I thought about saying him too.
2-1. Suzuki shooting on the right field, a base hit. The A's getting some comfortable swings here against Dan Herron the last couple of innings. 2nd straight inning, leadoff man's on board.
Now it's time for a Coors Light cold hard blast. David DeJesus had a battle at that plate, finally got to a 3-2 count, got a fastball that was supposed to be inside, ran over the plate, and hit that ball out to right field for just his 3rd home run of the season. Over .330 career batting average against the Halos. That was a Coors Light cold hard blast.
Swings here and drives one out to deep right center field. That ball's hit well. Borges pulls up. Caught. His 2nd home run of the game. It's a 5-0 Athletics lead. The most runs Herron has allowed in a game this season. Multi-homer game for David DeJesus.
again, another fastball. This time up again. Location was supposed to be outside, middle of the plate. Coming into this game, De Jesus is 2 for 18 in his career against Dan Herring.
He's figured him out. Second multi-homer game of his career for David De Jesus. Ellis takes down low. Ellis had a base hit to right field in his second inning AB, so he's 1 for 1. Oakland with 5 hits against Herring. No outs here in the 4th inning. Oakland coming to this ballgame with just 25 home runs as a team. 2 tonight from De Jesus, and Ellis goes down swinging for out number 1. Third strikeout for Herring. Brings up Andy LaRoche, third baseman. LaRoche hit into an inning-ending fielder's choice in the second inning. So he's 0 for 1. No balls and 1 strike here on LaRoche. Brother Adam LaRoche, Nationals. This one hop backhanded by Ibar. Strong throw to first base. Trumbo can't come up with it. Hits off the screen. Probably be an infield single as far as Ibar had to go.
That would have been some kind of play. About 4 or 5 feet into the outfield grass. Still had an opportunity to plant his feet. Strong throw. Try to one-hop it over to Trumbo. It gets by him. See how much range that Erick Ibar has. He's done a great job. Almost a spectacular play there.
Infield single for LaRoche. As I was saying, his brother Adam missed the next 3-4 weeks thereabouts. Apparently he's got some labrum issues. This one grounded towards second. Asturias can't get it. It seemed to be a routine ground ball. LaRoche trying to go to third, and he is out. Nice throw by Torrey Hunter for the second out of the inning.
Great job by Torrey as far as charging that baseball. That ball, it almost looked like a chance to be a double play ball. Ends up going into the outfield, and Torrey, great job as far as charging and coming up with a perfect throw. It took a perfect throw to get LaRoche at third base. Back-to-back games with an outfield assist.
So Pennington is on board. Second time in the game for him. He had a leadoff walk in the third inning. Here's Coco Crisp. Third plate appearance as we play here in the 4th. Breaking ball is in there. Coco 0 for 1. He grounded out to short in the first inning. Had a sacrifice bunt in the third. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels have action in their bullpen. Hisanori Takahashi's up. The shortest outing that Herring has had this year, 6 innings. That was against Boston on April 22nd. Allowing 2 earned runs in that game on 5 hits. Crisp was a fly ball to right field. That's playable for Torrey. A couple of steps to his right. That'll end the inning, but David De Jesus picks up his second home run of the game. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 5-0 Oakland. us today and trade up to Ford. And by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, get the new Bourbon Barbecue Steak Grilled Sandwich at participating restaurants. Oakland's on top by the score of 5-0 as we start the bottom of the fourth inning. 3, 4, and 5 for the Angels. Abreu, Hunter, and Callaspo here trying to figure out Guillermo Moscoso, who's allowed just one hit, 2 total base runners, both Meiser Sturis. Leadoff walk in the first, a 2-out double in the third. Bobby takes a strike on the outside corner to get Moscoso living on the outside corner. Bobby hit a fly ball to center field in the first inning. Matter of fact, Coco Crisp has caught 4 of the fly ball outs.
Fastball away, changeup away, breaking pitch away. At 90 to 91 range, I still think you'll be quick enough if you go out over the plate looking if he comes inside.
It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one on its way. Outside, 3 balls and a strike. Oakland with 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They've stranded 2. The Angels, no runs, just 1 hit. And they've left 2 men on base. Both times the Sturis stranded at second. Torrey Hunter on deck. Bobby fouls it off. Moscoso took a little bit off on that fastball, but with a 5-0 lead. 3-1
right down
count.
the middle.
Yeah.
Still trying to go to the outer half of the plate. Yeah, a little bit off the fastball makes it more inviting if you're a hitter to see that pitch and try to hit it hard. He's going to stay away.
And he loses him. Leadoff walk. The Angels get a man on. Go back to our AT&T trivia question. Who are the only 3 men to manage both the Angels and the Athletics? John McNamara, Dick Williams, and Bobby Winkles. Good old Bobby Winkles.
Johnny Mack. Always enjoyed my conversations with Johnny.
Here's Torrey Hunter. Takes a fastball for a strike. Bobby Winkles was also a baseball coach at Arizona State. It's pretty good. Go from the coaching ranks up to the big leagues. College ranks, I should say.
A lot of good players go through Arizona State.
Torrey popping this one up on the first base side. Bart near the railing. Runs out of room. Torrey the hole at 0-2. Torrey popped down to Suzuki behind the plate in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1.
Got to start chipping away at this lead. And the worst thing you can do as a pitcher is walk the leadoff guy after you've got your team's gotten you a 5-0 lead in the 4th inning. So you still feel there's hope because you've lost confidence as far as challenging people. He's going to stay away all day long. Runs in a little bit on right-handed batters though.
One ball, 2 strikes now. Moscoso thought he had that one. Quick throw to first. Bobby's back. One ball, 2 strikes here on Torrey. Called strike 3. There's out number 1. Second strikeout for Moscoso.
Went away again with the fastball. looked like a pretty good pitch. After that fastball just off the outside corner, went with another fastball, hit the spot this time around.
Here's Alberto Callaspo. Bobby's still over at first base. 1 out. LaRoche playing in on the grass at third. Alberto takes down and away. Kind of odd seeing a third baseman play so close with Callaspo at the plate, not known to be much of a bunter.
Then as Callaspo can hit that ball right by him.
Yeah.
Especially with the pitcher staying away all day long.
Exactly. 2 balls and no strikes.
I mean, every pitch is against left-handed batters away. So if you bring your third baseman in like that, better opportunity to put that baseball by him. For a single, possible double.
Ibar's tried to pull him twice. 5 balls to center field. Brady tried to pull him the first time. Fly ball to center. Callaspo, fly ball to center. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Hank was fooled on the off-speed pitch at the little soft liner behind second base that Pennington caught. Moscoso awfully worried about Bobby Abreu with a 5-0 lead here in the 4th. 1 out. Two-one pitch. 3 balls in the strike.
Pattern will be right here. He's going to throw a fastball outer half, the middle part of the plate, around knee level. Not going to try to hit the corner necessarily here. 3-1 count.
Alberto let it fly. With a mistake there by Moscoso. Fouls it straight back. It's a full count. See if Abreu takes off here with 1 out. Alberto generally has been a very good contact hitter. Difficult guy to strike out.
He'll probably go right back outside with the fastball a little further away.
Abreu takes off, and Callaspo lines one to left field. Willingham is there, makes the catch. Might be the hardest hit ball so far of the night. Well struck by Callaspo, but right to Willingham, 2 outs. Hey, tomorrow the Angels will be hosting the Oakland A's at 7:05, and all fans will receive an Angels 6-pack cooler courtesy of Sparklet's home and office delivery. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by visiting angels.com. Abreu still at first base. Here's Mark Trumbo, strikeout victim in his second. Moscoso has 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit allowed, a double by Izturis in the 3rd inning, being the only hit. Breaking ball is down low. Trumbo got challenged with fastballs in his first plate appearance. Overall numbers against Oakland this year.
A number of the hitters for the Angels against Oakland pitching this year has been pretty low. Good pitching staff.
Trumbo fouling it off the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. This being the 2nd visit by the Athletics to the Big A this year. 3-game series earlier in the season. A 4-game set here, so 1 more trip for Oakland here. The Angels have played in Oakland once. They've got a 4-game series immediately following the All-Star break. The unconventional 4-game series. A Friday night game, a doubleheader on Saturday, then a Sunday afternoon contest.
A scheduled doubleheader.
Yep. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Well, he's going right after Trumbo with fastballs.
We saw that last night early on by Josh Outman, too.
93 has been his best fastball. He's thrown a couple of 93, but generally he settles around 90, 91. He threw a 78 mile an hour changeup.
Trumbo fouls this one back, heads up. That was a nice ping pong.
Yes.
You see that?
Yeah, that went everywhere in this booth if possible.
That couldn't have hit anything else. Like a couple of Bobos, he just watched it all the way down. One-two pitch. Got him swinging again. The Angels get their leadoff man on, and they strand him at first. For the books, it is 5-0 Oakland. Five nothing. David DeJesus, a couple of big bops. Josh Willingham, a 2 RBI double. Herron here in the 5th inning to face Barton, Willingham, and Matsui. Barton takes the strike. Barton takes the breaking ball down low, and it's 1-1. Derek, a strikeout victim in the first, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Swings through that one. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Herron with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. 7 hits allowed. Barton just takes off the plate there, and Herron shaking his head.
That's a pretty good pitch. Good spot.
Carapazza hasn't been ringing that pitch up for Moscoso either.
He's been consistent.
Count remains at 2-2. Upstairs, the full count. Oakland has had their leadoff man on board. The last 2 innings, a walk to Pennington in the 3rd inning. Base hit by Suzuki to right in the 4th. Here's a 3-2. Barton, a swing and a miss, took a big rip at it. And there is out number 1.
All speed pitch. Good pitch by Herron there. Split finger fastball.
So 1 out, nobody on for Willingham. 1 for 2, a fly ball to left, a 2 RBI double in the third. Tried to stretch that double into a triple. Not really. He was actually just trying to make sure that the run scored. Came to second out. This one sharply hit to short. Ibar has it. Low throw, but Trumbo's got it at first, 2 outs. Amarista doing a nice job of that ball in the corner that Willingham hit. Got the ball back into the infield.
We've talked about even in between innings how Amarista gets a good jump for not playing a whole lot of outfield, in particular left field. It's good reads off the fly balls, even the balls down the line.
Fastball, cut on and miss. No balls and a strike on Hideki Matsui. He's 0 for 2, strikeout. A ground ball to first. One ball, 1 strike. 4 punch outs now for Heron to go with the 1 walk, 7 hits allowed. Two and 1 now. You see the overshift. 3 infielders on the right side. Torrey playing deep in right field against Hideki. Boys are shading him to pull out in right center field. Amarista shallow and straight up and left. Aaron trying to go 1, 2, 3 for the second time this game. He did that back in the first. And he does. 2 strikeouts here in the 5th. He's got 5 overall, but as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, Oakland still on top 5-0. End up the bottom 3rd in the order. Got some good crowds for the weekend series with Atlanta last night. Another one tonight. The Kendrys Morales bobbleheads given away before the game today.
Pretty nice ones though, those bobbleheads. Did a good job on those.
Hank Tiger takes upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Get a little soft slider that was caught by Cliff Pennington behind the bag at second in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Moscoso has allowed 1 hit. Double to Meister came in the third inning. He's allowed 3 base runners. A hit plus 2 walks. He has struck out 3. 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Abreu had the leadoff walk in the 4th inning, but was stranded at first base.
He hasn't changed his patterns, and why would he at this point anyhow? If you're going to swing in and make outs with those pitches out in the outside corner.
There's a 4-pitch walk. Second straight inning. The leadoff man is on board. Hey, Saturday, one of the greatest sporting events in the world comes to Fox as Leo Messi and Barcelona battle Wayne Rooney in Manchester U at historic Wembley Stadium. Don't miss 2 of soccer's greatest teams collide in the UEFA Champions League final Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, in high definition on Fox. Who doesn't like Leo Messi? Unless you are a Man U guy. 5 straight balls issued by Moscoso here to start this 5th inning.
A lot of times that 5th inning is the hardest inning, especially for a young pitcher to get through to qualify for potential W. All of a sudden you start aiming pitches. The best way to get back in the ball game is to have that opposing pitcher start walking batters. The more base runners on, the better opportunity to get back in the game.
Get it over fastball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. LaRoche in on the grass at third base. Outfield shallow against Amarista. Here's the 1-1. Lexi. He's got a piece of that one. Getting that pitch outside. It's 1-2.
That got right back and hit the mask of Suzuki, and he's reaching back for the baseball as if it didn't bother him.
That's how you're supposed to act. Even if you feel like a cartoon and you got little birds floating around your head, act like nothing happened.
What if you feel that way every day?
Yeah. Still at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Or even if you're the cartoon that's got the X's over the eyes, just act like you've been there before.
There before.
Didn't bother you.
Nope.
One, 2. Breaking ball hit toward left center field. Willingham is there. 1 out. Amarista now 0 for 2. That brings up Peter Borges.
7 fly ball outs so far in this game.
And the only hard hit one, the one off the bat of Alberto Callasco in the 4th inning, lying down to Willingham. Borges grounded out, hit that little cue shot up the first base line that Bardman a nice play on going into foul territory. He flipped to Moscoso covering. First pitch fastball is in there for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And for the most part, we haven't seen too many of those pitches from Moscoso. It's been a fastball changeup fest. The occasional breaking ball to the right-handed batter.
Just showing it just to keep the hitter honest.
There's another one that misses upstairs.
And that's a tough pitch to get a feel for as the game progresses if you haven't thrown it a lot. You hear that terminology for changeups and sliders, that feel of it. If you haven't thrown a lot, it's tough to be able to get on top and snap that slider off.
Or just pops it up. Barton, the first baseman, near the bag. 2 outs.
Another fly ball out. 8 so far in the game. Scosa's doing a nice job as far as getting those pitches off the end of the bat, whether it's a lefty batter or righty. A lot of pop-ups.
The struggles for Dan Haren as far as runs scoring while he is on the mound for the Angels continues. Although he has given up a season-high 5 runs tonight. Meister Sturis has been on base both times, a walk and a double. He takes a fastball upstairs.
And I've been there before for teams. You know, it seems to be there's always at least one guy in a rotation, no matter what your offense is doing in that particular year, that you just don't get a ton of run support. And it really does play on your mind as far as how aggressive you are in the strike zone.
This one popped up down the third base line. Nobody's going to get this one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You're more apt to try to hit a corner and then go a little further off, because if you make a mistake, that 1 run can cost you the game. And it's difficult to be successful when you have that mindset, as much as you try not to have it.
One pitch. Meister swing and a miss. 1-2. Conger over at first base, drew the walk. Moscoso thought he had a strikeout there. Instead, it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. A full count. Get the base runner going now with 2 outs. 3-2 count with Ibar on deck.
It's odd, he's changed up. He's going in with fastballs in the last 3 pitches there, Meister. Why would you change up for the fact that you've been successful going away?
Very deliberate pitcher on the mound for Moscoso. Not really in a hurry to get back on the rubber. Barton playing behind Conger. Hank takes off, and 3-2 is hitting the air toward right center field. Coco Crisp coming on, dives and makes a spectacular catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, and the Angels leave a man on. Coco Crisp doing his best to prevent any runs coming across. We're through 5. It's 5-0 Oakland.
But Pennington is awarded second base. Well, now didn't see the tag being applied to the leg of Pennington before he got the hand in. That was a Coors Light newsstand brought to you by Frostboard Coors Light.
And that was after Pennington drew a walk to start that third inning and then promptly stole second base. Would have been the first down of the inning. Instead, he was called safe. He was sacrificed over to third. Barton was hit by a pitch, and Willingham had a 2 RBI double to make it 3-0 at that point. But it's 5-0 here in the 6th inning. Kurt Suzuki's 1 for 2 with a ground ball to second, a base hit, and a run scored. Over Cal State Fullerton product. Swings through that one. And it is 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. Still in a rain delay in Texas. Thunderstorms and warnings going through there. Everything else a final in the American League aside from this one. Boston beat Cleveland 4-2. Baltimore beat Kansas City 5-3. Foul back. The Tigers beat the Rays 7-6. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays 5-4. Minnesota defeated Seattle 4-2.
Well, when you look around the National League, even in the American League, there's really not one dominant team. I mean, Cleveland's been playing great baseball, but there's not a team without some sort of flaw.
This one flipped down the right field line and foul. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. I agree with you. There hasn't been anybody picking up and just running away with things, although Cleveland in the Central, coupled with the struggles the Twins and the White Sox have had, it kind of put some separation between them. Well, the Tigers, too, have had some problems. But aside from that, really pretty tight all across the board.
It should make for a great race, and it's going to make an interesting trade deadline time. July 31st, so many clubs going to be in the races this year, and whether it be the division or the wild card, teams may be more apt to keep their players. Well, there is a couple clubs with some financial issues that may be willing to trade some players, but for the time being, it's going to stay close.
Full count now. Dan Herron at 84 pitches. Moscoso has actually thrown more pitches than Dan Herron. He's allowed just 1 hit. A lot of deep counts. 3-2. Suzuki looks a towering fly ball down a left field line. Alexi Amarista is there. 1 out.
Now it's time for a Land Rover performance. Look at both the home run swings tonight by David DeJesus. This one, he's a little more crouched position, standing up straight and tall on his second home run, but similar results. Both swings getting through the ball, lower half of his body, a good extension, driving that ball to similar spots in right center field for David DeJesus. A 2-homer game for him.
David DeJesus takes a breaking ball outside. 2 for 2 with a couple of home runs. One to right field, the other one just to the right of center field. Power alley in right center. Home runs 3 and 4. 3 RBI night. This one's pulled foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit well toward right field. Torrey got a good jump on this one. At the bat of the lights makes the catch for out number 2.
You see that a lot out of a right fielder here with the Big A when it's hit on the line and the lower portion gets right into the lights. Last second, when that baseball goes right into that bank of lights. The stadium on the third base side. Torrey's able to keep his eye on long enough to look it into his glove, barely.
Another baseball squared up by DeJesus. Apparently he's figured out Dan Herron. Mark Ellis fouls off the first pitch for strike 1.
And just like Coco Crisp coming into the season against Jared Weaver, it's like 1 for 17, ended up going 4 for his last 5. Jesus struggling in there, 2 for 18 coming in the game against Darren Herring. But 2 home runs and a line drive there.
Got a 1-ball, 1-strike count here on Ellis. Mark 1 for 2, a single in the second, a strikeout in the fourth. Pops this one up to shallow left. Ibar calls off Amarista. Second straight inning in which Herring has retired the side in order. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Angels down 5-0. The Big A on June 17th or 18th. They have a variety of suite locations and sizes available for either concert date. For more information or to reserve your U2 suite, call 714-940-2094 today. Ibar, Abreu, and Hunter here in the 6th inning, trying to figure out Guillermo Moscoso. First pitch is in there for a strike. Lined, and LaRoche playing in on the grass snags it for the first out.
Was hit like a rocket and something down and away. Left-handed batter. LaRoche was able to make a good play on that one. Playing in, tried to take away the bunt. Unfortunately, didn't get by him. Hit well though by Ibar.
2 nice defensive plays by Coco Crisp. Andy LaRoche. Crisp ending the 5th inning, making that diving catch to the alley in right center field. And now LaRoche is starting the 6th inning. Here's Bobby. Fly ball to center and a walk. And a leadoff walk in the 4th inning. That's actually what Moscoso had done in the previous 2 innings. Nobody advancing beyond first base. Pretty good first major league start by Guillermo. 11 relief appearances in his major league career, all with the Texas Rangers. Bobby loops from the shallow left field. Willingham will play it on a hop. That's a second hit for the Angels in this game. Cubs with 1 out here in the 6th inning, and Torrey coming to the plate.
Tried to throw the breaking pitch on the outer half, but Bobby did a nice job as far as staying back and driving the ball to left inside out approach. You see how that wrist, not on top, and it's sideward type action, on that slider.
Cement mixer.
Very hittable pitch. A lot of times you don't see that popped up. We've seen a number of pop-ups during the course of this game. He's only had 2 ground ball outs.
Pretty good breaking ball there to Torre. He falls behind at 1 ball, no strikes. Torre 0 for 2. He's popped out in foul territory to the catcher Suzuki. He struck out looking in the 4th. Torre hits one out to straightaway center field, but off the end of the bat. Coco makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Coco's been very busy, as has Willingham, as far as fly balls.
So Braves still at first with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Oakland starting to get some action going in their bullpen as Moscoso is now at 94 pitches. Alberto Callaspo 0 for 2. The fly ball to center to a line drive to left field. Takes outside for ball 1. There's Craig Breslow.
Pretty good changeup there. This pitch is backwards, falls behind, takes a little bit off the fastball, mixes in a changeup. A lot of times you see guys, if you fall behind, hitters are aggressive and he just goes a little bit further off the outside corner.
Yep. 1-1. 1-2.
It's a pretty effective way, especially against an aggressive ball club. If you wait him out, you can be effective against him.
Yeah, that being said, though, it's not as if he's taking the approach that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. Guys throwing a lot of off-speed pitches, changeups, and breaking balls. Both Outman and Moscoso have challenged with that fastball, not been afraid, even at hitters' counts.
Go right after him with it.
To their credit, too. Alberto rips one to right field, a base hit. So 2 on, 2 outs. Mark Trumbo stepping to the plate. And Moscoso has gotten trouble both times via the strikeout. Bob Guerin's coming out. Guerin, as we pointed out earlier in the game, criticized by Brian Fuentes after the game yesterday. After Fuentes had been criticized the day before after the San Francisco Giants loss. Or I should say, Giants win, A's loss. And Moscoso here, seemingly in control.
That would have surprised me if he took him out, and that's why, especially if he's facing trouble. He's already struck him out twice. He has Breslow, the lefty, up.
Guerin having said that Brent Balfour would be the closer for now until Fuentes is able to straighten things out. Brian now 1-7 on the year.
Does he have 4 losses in about a week?
Yeah. So Abreu at second, Callaspo at first. Here's Trumbo. Fouls one back. There's no balls and a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Making sure that fastball stayed out of the happy zone. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
A lot of fastballs there to Trumbo.
Reaching for this one, hits it out toward deep right field. Playable for DeJesus. Got that one off the end of the bat as well. And that would end the 6th inning. No runs, 2 hits. The Angels leave 2 on. 6 in the books. Oakland still leading 5-0. Back out on the mound, 91 pitches thrown thus far. LaRoche takes a breaking ball down and away. It's 1 ball, no strikes. 8, 9, and 1 for the Athletics here against Heron, who has 5 strikeouts, 1 walk allowed. He's given up 7 hits and 5 runs. He went around on that pitch. Glazer at first base brings him up.
The thing about Dan Heron, he's a guy that, you know, even though he hasn't got a ton of runs to work with over his career as an Angel, he's always deep in the ball games. Doesn't let him affect him as far as that part of his game. And that's what he can control, innings.
Right. We saw that stretch. It was back in the 4th inning when Scioscia got Hisanori Takahashi up, and that's when we started talking about his shortest outing of the year being 6 innings against Boston. And here we are in the 7th, still back out there, picking up his 6th strikeout for the first out here in the 7th. Eight in a row retired by Dan since giving up that base hit to Pennington in the 4th inning. Trevor Bell, the first man up. Second man up, I should say. Takahashi up for the 4th. Breaking ball is high. Pennington with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 3rd inning. Singled and was stranded in the 4th. Right-hander Joey Devine now loosening for the Athletics. Back in the big leagues after going through Tommy John surgery. Breaking ball lifted down the left field line and slicing foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, Devine before Tommy John surgery can flat out blow the fastball.
Well, he had 95, 97 range with late, great movement on that fastball. Power slider also.
Jammed him. This was fouled back, and Conger's not going to be able to get there off the screen. Count remains at 1-2. Somewhat of a defensive swing, but with Pennington then on the hands.
He had some protect mode. He was fooled on that pitch.
Two balls, 2 strikes. 39,000 plus here at the Big A. Two-two. Broken bat, soft liner up the first base line. The count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. New lumber for Cliff Pennington. Another 2-2. Another foul ball. 101 pitches now thrown by Hand.
Still good life in the fastball. Pitch before when he broke his bat, a cut fastball was effective inside. Another cut fastball inside. Now you would think in line have thrown that split finger fastball.
Cliff Pennington quickly becoming a fan favorite here. Providing souvenirs for a lot of folks. And kind of scattering them around, too. Behind the plate, down the right field line. Left field line,
yes.
He's a man of the people. Dan trying to get through the 7th inning. Ten pitch at bat so far. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Rounded over to second. Asturis is there. 2 outs. Fans, the Halos host the Tampa Bay Rays Tuesday, June 7th. And all fans in attendance will receive an Angels Newsboy hat courtesy of FS West. Make your plans to visit the Big A and purchase your tickets at the Angels Stadium ticket office or at angels.com. Boy, I can't wait for you.
That's the lid I've been waiting to walk around town with.
Down at the Plaza, Kansas City.
Oh.
Rocking the lid.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah. Chopper over to second. Asturis throws out Coco Crisp and Dan Harrod. Tried the last 10 in a row and more than likely done. 7th inning stretch time with the Angels still trailing it.
Other teams thrusting the Halos immediately into contention and winning Manager of the Year in 1962.
We'd only been in business 2 years, but it's been something that they found, and it's still around here, and I think it'll always be part of the Angels theory and the Angels feeling about playing this game, that we don't do it with 1 or 2 players, but we do it with everybody.
Bottom of the 7th here at the Big A. Oakland on top of the score of 5-0. in hopes that Buttercup can carry this team on to victory.
Well, there's no doubt there'll be a big chance to get back in the ballgame with Buttercup being played.
So in and out, who's in, who's out. Joey Devine takes over for Guillermo Moscoso, who made his first major league start tonight. Did a terrific job in his 6 innings. Devine 2 scoreless frames in 2 games this year. As we pointed out in the top of the inning, Devine coming off Tommy John surgery.
91 to 95 range to get it up to 97 with really good movement on the fastball. Sharp slider also.
Devine just 27 years of age. His last year in the big leagues was 08, was 6-1 with a .59 ERA in 42 games before having to get shut down. The first pitch fastball was in there for a strike. A native of Junction City, Kansas. That's right. Yes. I played there many a time at summer ball, Legion. Hank Conger behind in the count at no balls, 2 strikes. Devine went to North Carolina State, was a first-round pick of the Atlanta Braves, and came to Oakland in the Mark Kotsay deal. Protecting there, and it's still no balls, 2 strikes.
See that late life in that fastball with movement. 3/4 arm action.
Hank goes down swinging for the first out. For 2 night for Conger. 1 out here in the 7th for Alexi Amarista. Moscoso, by the way, 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 hits allowed, no runs.
Did a heck of a job. Talk about living on the outer half of the plate. That's what he did. Was successful at that.
Amarista takes a strike. Alexi 0 for 2, a ground ball to first and a fly ball to left. Lifts a fly ball to left center field. Willingham is over. Left fielder puts it away for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 outs. Brings up Peter Borges. Tomorrow night, Trevor Cahill going for the Athletics. Cahill with a 6-1 mark, a 1.79 ERA. Will be opposed by Irvin Santana. 2-4 with a 4.18. Borges takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Well, Cahill's got some good stuff. Talk about a good hard slider, nasty sinker. He's incorporated a cut fastball in it and also a changeup.
Borges gets jammed, floats one out toward right center field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. 2nd hit that Devine is allowed in his return. Spins the lineup back to the top with 2 outs, and Meister Sturz coming to the plate.
See that arm angle he's able to create with running action on the fastball. Runs it inside the Borges, but he was able to fight it off. Get a flare into the outfield for a base hit.
Just mentioning Trevor Cahill looked at the leaderboard as Borges takes off, and he is in there safely with a stolen base. A quick jump may have hurt his left knee, and that certainly would not be good. Peter picking up his 5th stolen base. We wonder if he just jammed it into the...
Yeah, it was a late slide into second base.
Right into the ground.
Trying to work it out right now.
Down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Just getting back to Cahill, you mentioned how good he has been with that 1.79 ERA. You look at the leaderboard, and earned run average in the American League, 6 of the 10 spots are in the American League West. Cahill second at 1.79. Herron came in with 1.84. Alexio Gondo, the Rangers at 1.81. 3 balls and no strikes. Then Gio Gonzalez, Jared Weaver, Miguel Pineda.
Pretty impressive arms in this division. Well, you get back to why Ward just steals second base. Obviously, people think at home it's 5-0. Bottom line is you got to chip away. He's in scoring position now. A base hit, you get a scratch run across with 2 outs. It's worth the gamble there, especially if you feel you can get a good jump. Devine's a guy that's not particularly quick to the plate, although he has a good fastball, but it's worth the gamble to get in scoring position.
3-1 pitch popped up to shallow left. Willingham was playing shallow. Will make the catch, and that will end the inning. No runs, a hit. The Angels leave a man in scoring position. 7 of the books. Oakland still on top.
Loco. Get into El Pollo Loco today and try our delicious Baja-style fish tacos with classic Baja or spicy avocado sauce. Only at El Pollo Loco. And by Time Warner Cable.
Top of the 8th inning. Still 5-0 Oakland. New pitcher on the mound for the Halos. Trevor Bell takes over for Dan Herron, who went 7 innings tonight. Struck out 6, walked 1. Allowed 5 runs, all earned on 7 hits, including 2 home runs. Take a look at Trevor's numbers. 1-1 mark at 3.27 ERA. Pitching now to 7th game, facing Derek Barton, who swings the first pitch. It's a 1 hopper to Asteris. Barton is retired. Round number 1.
Well, when you look back at Dan Herron's game outside of 2 pitches, maybe to DeJesus, he did a nice job. Retired the last 10 guys he faced. In that thought process of having to go out there each game and throw up a 0 every single inning, it's difficult. I said, everyone always thinks, okay, you just do your job out there, but the reality is it's a tough task each and every game to go out there thinking you have to throw up a shutout to be able to have a chance to win.
The game kind of, I don't know, it just kind of blew up on him a little bit after that first home run by DeJesus. Things kind of changed in the approach that Dan kind of came about, and then all of a sudden the 3rd inning happened, missed call at second base on the stolen base. Willingham gets the double, and all of a sudden it's 3-0. When DeJesus got that second home run.
Again, that mindset went right back to, all right, I gave up a run. I cannot afford to give up anymore. Then you try to be a little bit too fine. Because you saw his stuff in the last 3 innings was very good. His fastball was still rushing up there 90-91. He was able to throw a cut fastball effectively against some left-handed batters, but it's tough.
This one popped up on the first base side. Trumbo Now crosses back into fair territory, makes the catch, 2 outs. Fans groups of 25 or more can enjoy exciting Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Make your plans to be part of the 50th anniversary celebration and book your group outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or by visiting angels.com/groups. So 2 outs for Trevor Bell here in the 8th inning. And Hideki Matsui steps in. The first pitch is down low. Hideki tonight 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts, ground out. Tapper foul at the plate. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Trevor last pitched Saturday. That was that 12-inning game against the Braves with 1 inning. Allowed 2 hits. And the run that cost him the loss. It's down in the dirt. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. An unearned run. At that was that ball that Alexi Amarista booted into shallow left. As Matsui grounds one to the right side. As Sturis is there now, has to wait for Trumbo. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Angels trailing at 5-0. Major league start of his career. 6 scoreless innings, and he looked good. The Angels 1 for 14 with men on base. David DeJesus, second career 2-homer game, both coming off Dan Herron. Allowed all 5 runs in his 7 innings. And Oakland now has changed pitchers. Joey Devine went 1 inning, gave up a hit, but no runs. And Craig Breslow, the left-hander, takes over here to face 2, 3, and 4 for the Angels here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Breslow, pretty good fastball from the left side, 88 to 93. Curveball, slider, changeup. 22nd game last year, pitched in 75 games. 09, 77. So he's a guy that's been up and in a number of games for Bob Guerin.
They'll be facing Ibar, Abreu, and Hunter here in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Angels trying to get something going, but it just has not been their night offensively. Moscoso was very good in limiting whatever damage that he kind of put on board. And early on, the Angels had an opportunity to score a first-inning run. Meister Sturis drawing a leadoff walk on 4 pitches, stole second base, but unable to advance beyond second. Moscoso settled in after that. Ibar spins around to hit from the right side. And Breslow delivers a strike. Eric 0 for 3, a couple of fly balls to center. Lined out to LaRoche at third in the 6th inning. One ball was smoked. Fouled off to the right. It's quickly 0 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Ibar hooks one into the left field corner. That's going to go for extra bases. Willingham giving chase as Ibar strolls into second with a leadoff double. His 9th of the year.
Really good at bats in a row now for Eric Ibar. Line drive to third for an out from the left side. This time from the right side. Crushes the ball. Pitch inner half. Turns on it. In the left field corner for a double. Giving him now 18 extra base hits on the season so far.
Brings up Bobby Abreu. Bobby 1 for 2. Fly to center, a walk and a single. He promptly looks at his strike. Breslow's thrown a total of 18 innings this year. He's now allowed 24 hits. He struck out 10 and walked 6. 1 ball, 1 strike. The strength of this Oakland A's staff, obviously on the starter side of things, with that 2.64 starter ERA that went down tonight. The bullpen at 3.53, but they do have some power arms down there. We saw one of them in Divine. Bobby fouls it off to the left, and it's 1-2. Brad Ziegler is now loosened. And although he's not a power arm, he could trick some guys.
Very difficult to get a ball in the air to hit a home run, so you had to bunch singles against him to score.
One-two count. Bobby chops one to short. Ibar breaks for third as Pennington will throw to first base for the first out. So with 1 out, a man at third base, here comes Torrey Hunter. That's the first time the Angels have gotten a man to third base tonight. Torrey 0 for 3. A pop-up, a strikeout, and a fly ball to center. Fastball catches the inside corner, 0-1. Pretty good slider right there, down and in after throwing that fastball and setting it up.
Well, that's a perfect sequence of pitches. You're right. Fastball in, then the slider that starts on the inside corner, but then breaks the back leg, and a sharp slider to boot.
Torrey lines one to center field, a base hit. Coming home is Ibar. The Angels get on the board. It's a 5-1 A's lead. Boy, talk about going right back up the box.
It's an excellent approach once again for Torrey. This time that pitch was in the middle of the plate. They tried to go back inside. See Breslow's reaction. Didn't get that slider in. It backed up on him. Torrey went right with the pitch, up the middle. There's a base hit and an RBI out of it.
26th RBI for Torrey. He's on board with one out. And Alberto fouls off the first pitch. Callaspo 1 for 3. A single back in the 6th inning. Off speed, down and away. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ziegler's ready to go on the Oakland pen.
More likely to be brought in for Mark Trumbo. He's on deck.
Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breslow's thrown strikes, 13 pitches, 11 strikes, 2 balls. With the double to Ibar, got Abreu to ground out. That Torrey fell behind, but single to center for a base hit and an RBI. Broken bat, ground ball to Pennington. He'll flip to Ellis. The relay was in time, and that's an inning-ending double play. The Angels get on the board on a couple of hits. We're through 8. Oakland still on top, 5-1. Rewind live games. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Trevor Bell's still in this game. And he'll face Suzuki, DeJesus, and Ellis here in the 9th inning. Trevor had a 1-2-3 8th inning. 2 ground outs and 1 pop-up. Breaking pitch just missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Suzuki 1 for 3 with a base hit. That came in the 4th. Breaking ball hooked into the left field corner, and that's going to go for extra bases. Amarista giving chase. Plays the Karen cleanly, and Suzuki's on board with the leadoff double.
A couple hits in the game for Suzuki.
The double for Suzuki is 8th of the year. Brings up DeJesus, 2 for 3, couple of home runs. His first home run made it 1-0 Oakland. His second home run Made it 5-0.
This base runner for the A's. Quite some time, 13 in a row.
Yep.
Retired.
Since that 4th inning base hit by Pennington. That off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. Dan Herod pointed out that he finished his night retiring the last 10 in a row. But by then, Oakland had staked its lead. One ball, one strike. They just resumed play in Texas. Resumed at 11:20 Central Time. That game now at the top of the 5th inning with the White Sox on top 4-2. I wouldn't imagine the starters are still in the game. De Jesus flips one down the right field line. That's a fair ball heading for extra bases. Suzuki will come in to score. And it's a double for De Jesus, a 3-hit game. And 4 runs batted in. He's got 18 on the year now.
You mentioned coming into the series, always has hit the Angel pitchers pretty well. 2 home runs tonight. Now this double, giving him 4 RBI. Including a double and 2 home runs.
Back-to-back doubles for Oakland to start the 9th inning. Mark Ellis at the plate. Fouling off that first pitch. Ellis a 1 for 3 night, had a base hit in the 2nd. A strikeout and a pop-up. Join us again tomorrow night. Trevor Cahill going up against Irvin Santana. One ball, one strike now. Kevin Jepson now loosening. Chopper to third. Callasco plays it on that short hop. There's out number 1.
And Irvin coming off that last game against Atlanta, which he just dominated.
Well, if he can carry over that start from last Friday, 9-0 victory. Not only that, the ability to throw that slider. He had one of his best sliders. Probably the best slider we've seen from him, start to finish, since that start he had in Kansas City last year when Ned Jost commented on how good that slider was.
Yeah, it seemed like a few starts prior to that he got caught in between slider and curveball. And when you do that, you have a different arm angle as far as the snap on the slider. So it wasn't quite as good, but that last game against Atlanta, boy, I'll tell you, just from the get-go, the way he struck out Prado on that first at bat, boy, he got on a roll. Should be an exciting matchup tomorrow between him and Cahill.
0-1 pitch is just low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oakland with 6 runs. They've picked up 9 hits. They've stranded 2. The Angels 1 run, 6 hits. They've left 7 men on base. He went around in that pitch, and it's 1-2. The Roach tonight 1 for 3, had a base hit back in the 4th. Off speed is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The loss tonight by the Angels would drop him back to an even 500 at 25-25. Put him at 3-2 on the homestand with 2 to play. Full count. Halos head off to Minneapolis Thursday after the 12:35 start here. 3-game series against the Twins Friday through Sunday, then off to Kansas City. Day game Monday, Memorial Day. Night game on Tuesday, Kansas City, and then a day game on Wednesday. And we lost it. That's a 1-out walk. Puts 2 men on here in the 9th. With Pennington coming to the plate.
Minnesota has struggled mightily. A couple key guys, in particular Joe Mauer being out. The offense is not there. Who'd ever thought Minnesota would have the worst record in the American League?
Worst record in baseball at 15-31. Houston just behind them at 18-30. And the Padres at 19-29. This one hitting the air to left. Amarista dead in his tracks. Comes in now. Makes the catch. 2 outs. Here comes the leadoff man, Coco Crisp. Cleveland still with the best overall record in baseball, even with a loss tonight. They are 30-16. The Yankees took a 1-game lead in the East with the Rays losing. The Yankees beating Toronto 5-4. That American League East is all bunched up too. Baltimore at the start of the day just 3.5 back. Ended up beating Kansas City, so they stay 3.5 back in the East.
They came back in that game late.
1 ball, 1 strike on Coco. 0 for 3 night. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd.
You said there's going to be some interesting races throughout this entire season. Let's see, he's won at parity. You certainly have that now, similar to what you see in the NFL.
Ground ball to first. Trumbo's got the skimmer. Races to the bag. That'll end the inning. Oakland scores a run with a couple of runs and a couple of hits. Leave a couple of men on. We head to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels down by 5. Ziegler's coming to the ball game. Bob Guerin had Grant Balfour listening for a little bit until Oakland scored that run in the 9th. Ziegler pitching this 20th game, a 1.80 earned run average.
Not overpowering fastball. He relies on deception and sink. 83 to 87 on the fastball, a sweeping curveball, and a changeup. And the guy doesn't elevate many pitches, so you're going to have to get base hit after base hit to be able to get back in the game against him.
Trumbo, Conger, and Amarista, the scheduled 3 guys. Sinker down and in. Mark Trumbo 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a fly ball to right. Tapper foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. One on its way. That's down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3-1. Cold strike. It's full count now. Got him with that slider. They're down number 1. 0 for 4 now for Trumbo. 1 out. Here comes Hank. Ziegler's another Kansas guy from Pratt, Kansas.
Yeah, I've talked to him a number of times. Had his days back in Kansas.
This is down low to Conger.
I remember when he first came up to the big leagues, went what, 40 or 50 innings in without giving up a home run. Incredible effort as far as coming up, and it's not overpowering. Yeah, he gets ground ball to ground ball.
Number 28, left-hander,
Ziegler's overcome 2 skull fractures. 2004, 2008, an arm injury. Being kind of made into a submariner to get to the big leagues. And have one heck of a start to his major league career. 31 years of age. Lucy takes a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Alexio for 3. Ground out and 2 fly balls to left. One and 2 now. Just got a piece of his foot there. The count remains with a ball and 2 strikes. Dan Haren will take the loss. He dropped to 4 and 3. Guillermo Moscoso will pick up his first major league victory. 6 innings in his first big league start after the 11 relief appearances. Last 2 seasons combined in Texas. Ground ball to first. Barton's got it. And Oakland has knotted this series up at a game apiece, taking game 2 by the final of 6-1.
Moscoso did just an excellent job as far as pitching on the outer half of the plate, made some good adjustments as the game progressed. And Jesus, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs total, including a double, was the key for the Oakland A's.
Haren now 4 and 3. Moscoso is 1-0. This series tied up at a game apiece. Tomorrow night, 7:05. Trevor Cahill going up against Irvin Santana. A's win it 6-1 for Mark Ubiza and our entire crew. I'm Victor Rojas. We thank you for watching. We also invite you to stick around for Angels Live.